Hey, you guys, welcome back to another episode. This episode is going to be episode 2, so stay tuned. Hello, you guys, welcome back into my channel. I am Jay's Reaction Videos, and thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. And if I were you, I would grab a treat and let's get ready for this tea. All right, you guys, I'm back. This right here is gonna be I'm gonna be talking to you guys about rejection and abandonment, because that's what my husband did to me, and the next phase of how it all started. If you have not watched episode 1, you may want to go watch episode 1 before you start on 2, because then you won't know what's going on and how it all got started. I'm out here doing this to help people with their marriage, to not give up, to know what to pray against and pray about. So, and again, thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate it, because I had got a lot of more subscribers, and I really appreciate it. Welcome to the JR gang over here, where it's raw and uncut. And so we're just gonna do whatever we need to do over here. So you may see some things that you may not like. It's not for you to watch. So with that being said, let's get right into the episode. So as we was like being together, and he did what he did to me, that night we supposed to be going out of town to do a house, to clean a house. So I'm waiting on, so he had got through taking a bath or whatever and laid in the bed, and he was like, put on the worship music, because he was fixing to actually get ready and worship. And this is what I said, which I should have just be quiet about it. But this is why I said, why you keep playing with God like that? So when I said that, he just jumped up out the bed and went outside, which I didn't say anything. I said, okay, you know. So I just thought maybe he went outside to go get some air and he'll be back in. So he stayed out there at least an hour. I know, at least. So I said, okay. I said, I'm going to show him. I said, he know we got to get up early in the morning. This is a 3-hour drive. How in the world we going to do that, and you out here, and it's going on 1 o'clock in the morning? Like, I'm not getting up while thinking that I'm going to drive all the way and back, and you ain't had no sleep, and I'm not going to trust you with my life. So I said, okay, I'm finna cancel the appointment that we got from out of town. So that had happened, and he came off so after he did what he did, he came off in the room, and I said, oh, by the way, I canceled the appointment. What'd you do that for? I said, because, and I said, I don't even want to have a conversation about this. I said, it is what it is. That's just how I put it, and I left it alone. Oh, when I did that, he just went berserk. He went crazy. He started doing stupid stuff. You know how people want to just show out in front of their family, talk loud, make a scene and stuff like that. So he went back outside, and I just sat on the edge of the bed, and I said, I ain't even worried about it. So after he went back outside, I guess his cousin and them left or whatever. And then he came back in, because when he went out there, they was already in the car finna get ready to leave. So he came back in, and I said, go on back outside with your 20-year-old cousin. I said, go on back out there. I said, don't come here starting nothing with me. So when I said that right there, he just started arguing and fussing. Why can't I be outside and talk to her? I said, I don't care what you do. I said, you know, we got to get up early in the morning. You got to have respect and enough sense to know if this is a 3-hour drive. It's time to get in the bed. It's time to wind down. They don't got to go to work. They young. They out there doing what they want to do and being stupid. So, you know, this is what I'm telling him. Like, come on, we got to get up in the morning. We at least had to get up at 6 in order to be there at 9 o'clock. That was a decent time. We would have probably got there by 9 or 9:30. But ain't no way I'm going to go to bed at no 1:30, because it was 1 o'clock when all this happened. It was going on 1:30. So that would have been 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 hours of sleep. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So, after I said what I said, he grabbed my purse and started running in the living room, making like it was an issue between us, which I already knew what he was trying to do. And I said, look, I said, I'm not finna run this living with you like a kid. I said, give me my purse and stop with the stuff that you're doing. Oh, when his uncle heard that I was telling him to give me my purse, he come out the door. Start talking all this right here. She needs to get up out of here. She needs to go and all of this stuff right here. Now, kid you not, I didn't do anything to this man. This is what he wanted to do. So his uncle just kept on talking. So my husband had grabbed me. And I said, look, don't put your hands on me. I said, leave me alone. Do not touch me. He just kept on being in my face. He said, no, you're going to talk to me. I said, no, I'm not going to talk to you. I said, you're going to get out of my face and you're going to leave me alone. While his family telling him, leave her alone, get off her, don't touch her, and all that stuff, they would just sit back. That's how scared they are with him. They scared of this man. And so, I don't know how we ended up in the kitchen, but we ended up in the kitchen. He still was just holding me real tight and had his hand on me, like on my chest, like, you know how they grab a shirt like this way. I said, get off of me and leave me alone. I'm not talking to you. I don't want to talk to you. I want you to leave me alone. And you could just hear his family in the background, get off of her, get off of her, get off of her, leave her alone, don't do that. They were just hollering and screaming. And so, after a while, he finally just stopped. I walked outside and got in his car. He came behind me, I guess because he thought I was finna get in his car and leave. I got in his car, and I just sat in there, till everything calmed down, because first of all, I did not want to hear his stupid, drunk uncle mouth. I did not want to hear his mouth. And so I just sat out there. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, he needs to calm down. I'm just going to sit out here and wait. Don't you know this man left me outside all the way up until 6 o'clock that morning, and he still didn't come outside. So it started getting cold at that time, and I didn't have on, y'all, I promise you, I didn't have on nothing but some short shorts and a little tank top, and I was freezing. So I walked up there and knocked on their door, and knocked for a long time. His uncle finally came to the door because his uncle sleeps on the couch. His uncle family came to the door, and when he finally came to the door, I went to where my husband was sleeping at, and guess what, y'all? He had a phone laying in the bed, which this phone is not activated, so it's not on, so he can't make no phone calls. But he had this phone watching porn, which I already knew what he was doing on the phone. My thing was, why are you hiding this phone from me, and when did you get it, and where did you get it? Because when I was in here, you didn't have it. So evidently, the phone must be hid in your grandmama's room. And when I wasn't there, then you would go get it and do what you needed to do on it. That's how he was addicted to that stuff. So I looked at the phone. I said, I said, you gonna leave me outside in the cold while you in here watching porn? I said, man, take me home. I said, when you wake up and do what you need to do and get yourself together, I want to go home. And I said, and that's the end of that. I said, I'm done with this. So he laid there for a while. He's like, I ain't taking you home. I get my grandma. I said, no, your grandmama ain't going to take me nowhere. I said, she didn't come get me, and she ain't going to take me home. Now, kid you not, I know all y'all probably saying, well, why didn't you call your mama and daddy? Because first of all, my mama has dementia. And my daddy don't know how to get up there. He don't know how to use his GPS. So I wasn't finna have them come up there. Now, they probably could have met me at the store if my husband would have, went and did the store. If he would have just listened, all I'm going to say. So, then after that, he was just laying that time, I feel like I'm feeling, now you feeling nauseated because you know you guilty and you don't like me when I know that you watching that stuff. That's why your stomach feeling nauseated. I got to get away from you because you got me feeling nauseated. Yeah, you feeling nauseated because you guilty, nigga. You was guilty. So then after that, after he did what he did, he started making a big old scene. I said, look, take me home when you wake up. I said, that's it. Then he tried to get me to lay down. I said, no, I don't want to lay down. I said, just get you some rest and take me home when you wake up. He didn't want to do that. He started getting up, acting a fool. He grabbed my purse again. Took it in the living room again. I said, here we go. Which I already knew what was going on then. At that time, the rejection was kicking in and the abandonment. So then he was like, his grandmama came in there and told me, I take it. I said, no, I don't want you to take me home. I said, if I wanted you to take me home, I could have went in there and told you. I said, I didn't come up here with you. And I said, you're not going to take me home. I said, my husband is going to take me home. That's what he going to do. So after she said what she said, she gonna come in and say, she said, she did this right here. She said, I ought to walk back and I ought to just hit you. I said, when the day you hit me, I said, everybody in this house gonna have to kill me. I said, cause I promise you, this the day I'm gonna act out my character. You ain't got no business to come in and tell me what you finna do to me at the end of the day. So my husband wasn't really doing it. He was just sitting up there watching his family just literally just, you know what I'm saying, just going off and just doing crazy stuff to me, saying stupid stuff. Then his uncle calling his sister, getting on the phone, which I wasn't paying attention to and didn't care. I'm not talking to none of your family. What you need to do is man up and take me home. That's what you need to do. So after that had happened, she walked out, and my husband knew his uncle had called the police. Now, what are you calling the police for? For what? And my shirt and stuff is all ripped up. What you calling the police for? Y'all stupid and y'all dumb. So he called the police. I think they took a while to get there. The police was out there. I walked out there and the police was so nice to me, y'all. Don't get me wrong. They was so nice to me. And he said, what's going on? I said, my husband had jumped on me and grabbed my purse and ran in the living room. And I said, I've been going through this ever since the other night. And I said, I waited it all the way up to this morning. I was trying to get him to take me home, but he wouldn't take me home. He wanted his grandmama to take, and I said I was not going to ride with his grandmother. I said, so now they want me to get out their house. And that other police looked at the other police. He said, y'all husbands and wives? I said, we are. That police told that other police officer told his grandmama, you need to shut up and get in the house. And I promise you, that police walked and got in his car. While the other police said, do you want me to go in here with you to get the rest of your blood? I said, yeah. And then he told me, then here go his grandmama. You don't need to walk in my house because at the end of the day, she already knew what was going on in there. You don't need to walk in my house. She don't need no escort and all that. That man walked right in there and told me to go get my stuff and walk back. And he said, we'll take you to wherever you need to go. He said, the furthest we can go is to the store down the street at like a truck stop. And I said, that's fine. I said, I could call my dad and them for there and they could pick me up from there. Y'all, I got into the police car. My RV was still sitting in their yard. I had to come back and get it. I told the police officer that I had to come back. He said, that's fine. He said, just come back, get your RV, and go on and leave. He took me to the truck stop, and I sat on the sidewalk for 1 hour, and I cried. And the only thing I was saying in my mind, I said, why would my husband do this to me? I said, why? I said, I thought he loved me. But at the time, I wasn't thinking. I was not thinking of rejection and abandonment. This is when all the witchcraft was kicking in then. And I mean, my husband did not move not 1 inch. He sat there and watched all of this unfold and didn't say not one mumbling word. Not one. So, after that had happened, I sat out there for a whole hour. Some dude walked up to me and was like, are you okay? I didn't say nothing to the dude because, I was just hurt. I was just, my whole mind and my spirit was just destroyed and just hurt. When I tell you I was hurt. So then after that, I left. My dad and them came pick me up. And they took me down to their house to go get my truck. Because I had to have my truck in order to put my RV. I had to hook. When I made it back to their house, they didn't even come outside. My husband didn't even come outside. I had to hook up the RV on my own. And my dad was trying to show me, you know, he guided me to back it up so I won't miss my ball joint. And y'all, when I tell you that was the hurtful day of my life, that's when I found out about the rejection and abandonment. When you're going through stuff like this, you got to look at how your husband is treating you. He rejected me. He didn't stand up for me from his family. He abandoned me, meaning that he didn't come and get me when his uncle them did what they did, meaning that he was on their side. So he was really agreeing with what they were saying. So after I had left, I didn't know that he had went buck wild when I left, which that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to watch his porn. He wanted to do that. This man went buck wild. He prostituted his body. He did whatever he wanted to do. He stayed in that room watching porn, different types of videos, and all type of stuff, which that was a committing adultery. I just knew that he was doing that later on. So then after I had left him up there, I was just talking to God. I started instantly praying soon I got home. And I parked the RV, get everything set up. I started instantly praying. At this time, y'all remember when I showed y'all the video, I didn't have the RV completed. It was just in a mess. It was just destroyed. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it was not going to destroy. It was just like everybody knew. If you have not watched the video when I showed y'all the RV and it wasn't completed, go watch it and you'll know what I'm talking about, what I had to do. I had to literally get myself together and start fixing the RV up day by day and praying at the same time and crying. And I pray and I seek God. And I say about 2 weeks in, then God started speaking to me and telling me what to pray against. And I started praying against. I started remembering everything my husband did to me. I said he rejected me. I said he did not listen to me. I said he abandoned me. He disrespected me. I wrote all this stuff down on a notebook. I'm telling y'all what to do. I wrote all of this stuff down on a notebook. And when I wrote everything down on a notebook, that's when I started thinking of some other things he did. I said, then later on, like I haven't heard from him in months, y'all. Months. I was going through, like, I would call up there. He wouldn't answer my phone. His grandmama then would say stupid stuff to me, just being mean to me and stuff, because I'm steady calling him to see what his mind was, to see what he wanted to do. But at the same time, I still was seeking God. I still was praying. Then I started praying 3 to 5 to 6 hours a day. I started doing that. And God just started dealing with me on some more other things. And at that time, as I was, making videos and redoing my RV, that gave me a lot of little, chances to get out. And, it just gave me a little peace. And I would go to the park, and just talk to God, cry out to God. I would have my lunch there at the park and I would just meditate, and just ask God, why my husband, kept doing this. And God just kept telling me, every time you pray, you need to say, I thank you, God. Thank you, God, for my husband. Thank you, God, that my husband loves me. Thank you, God, that my husband, I just kept saying, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this. Thank you, God, for that. I'm going to have a session, too, for married couples. If y'all want to get in contact with me, I'm going to put the information at the bottom of the screen where you can get in contact with me through email. And I'm going to have section. Just like I said, I'm not going to charge that much, an hour. I have sessions with both or either one, or either if you're praying for your husband to come back, or if you know what I'm saying, if you are that prodigal, you have a prodigal husband and you're standing in the gap for your husband, then yes, I could talk to you one-on-one and I'll show you what all you need to do. Because I'm going to tell you, you got to be on point and you got to be on key for this. If you are not dealing with the witchcraft, it'll be a little bit more easier. But if you're dealing with witchcraft, it's going to be some things that I have to tell you and let you know what's going on. So after that had happened, I would say I was in 2 weeks. We was 2 weeks separated at this time. 2 weeks. And I'm going to get my notes out, my note out. And on the next episode, in episode 3, I'm going to start from the beginning and read my notes. And then I'm going to stop in between and tell you what happened. So you don't want to miss this right here, this next episode, episode 3, because it gets worse. It gets worse. And I'm going to tell you what happened as I was in 2 weeks in us separating. It was 2 weeks. So I'm gonna end this video right here. Like I said, these episodes is going to help people with their marriage. You know, it gets intense. You know, I be seeing a lot of people saying I've been waiting for 10